This is a tricky subject. I want to use the word linear logic to explain how our brain may function in a linear A, B, C, X, Y, Z in sequence. But in reality, for example, the health, it's not as simple as if you take vitamin C, you'll be okay. You may have to consider taking other vitamins or other stuff. And if you have medicine, pills you're taking, there's an interaction. And more you get older and taking pills, for example, or having a habit of not doing exercise or any of those, each element has to be interacting with others, because if you do one thing, other things affected, and it's multiple process, like a chain reaction that happens in us. So to be wise or to live long is requiring that all the elements, how they get synthesized. So I mentioned awakening is a process of synthesizing those memories and the habitual patterns in certain form awakened, so that the energy flow, the life energy flow, goes smoothly. And that is done by finding the bottleneck. And for example, in Vipassana, you scan and then find the blockage and pay attention to it, and self-organizing process would heal. Even the migraine headache can be processed not by the pill but meditation. So cause and effect is not just a simple idea of A to Z and you can do it. And if you listen to any of the advertisement, they talk very simple logic. If you do this, you get that. But it's not necessarily the case. Each depending on each person's base and how they are processing things. And I mentioned about the nutrition for the health, but the mind and the wisdom relationship, not just this linear logic, but being able to synthesize. So the topic I said it's not easy to understand, it's not simple, but that's why, how do you go beyond the simple logic like ego, but look at the whole picture, so non-ego. You have to expand your vision, the process, and even to be conscious of unconscious for us to live well. So that's the logic I used, maybe a linear logic, but expanding to all the elements to be synthesized together. So the Kegon idea, interpenetration idea, is if you do one, it affects here, another one, another one, another one. So I think there was a story, someone said, if you have a butterfly flipping here, you may change the climate in Brazil or some such thing. So it may sound far-fetched, but that's how miracle happens for us to be born and live. If there's one element, say 10 generations prior to my existence, that has changed, I don't exist. If my great-great-great-great-father didn't meet great-great-great-great-mother because he turned left instead of turning right, that changed my existence. Or any molecules combining another molecule to produce baby, that molecule, if it doesn't exist, was missing magnesium or any, earth element, whatever that element is, then the result will be different. So the whole world is representation of miraculous process of connection one to the other to come out. So that the prediction is not easy. But having explained the samadhi, at least you go beyond the self, identifying with ego, but no ego state and no duality. So you have less constraint and open up the feasibility of how to combine. So as much as health will benefit, there's a medicine interaction. If you take a statin, it affects the CoQ10, enzyme, whatever that is. And if you don't know that relationship, and there's so many relationships, so you wouldn't be able to know, but at least the information become available so you can look into it and people talk about it. So there's experiential wisdom each individual to go through. Depending upon the background in terms of the physical health or mental health, biases, strengths, weakness, the ego and all of those are the factors that would impact the result of how you live. I was thinking about the longevity and the health related to what I just mentioned. But longevity, therefore, has a similar structure like coming up with wisdom to live long. And that's the element of the medicine discussion, but also related to our desire of what you want to accomplish in your life. And therefore, egocentric way has a limitation for your own, but for others. Let me just close this by saying, I wish Kamala Harris would prevail her idea and become the president compared to Trump for the reason I mentioned, and for her to promote what she believes and have a streamlined process, synthesizing all the experience, the learning, and present the case that's within her. And by the way she presents, listeners may get enlightened. Yes, we can do that. We can fight and win. But it's not guaranteed. If everybody is simple-minded, if Trump will win, things gonna be changed. And even if he says that he would bring the military to kill the Trump promoters, unbelievable. Very simple-minded. And if you believe in it, you're not looking at the total picture, the influence. I'm not saying Kamala Harris is right. Each of us to be going through this process and synthesize, have a platform, way to open up, ideally with samadhi and going beyond the ego trap that we may have. Future is unknown, just like the health case, political situation, the future of the earth, climate and war situation, disease spreading. There are a lot to be addressed. We are going through this difficult process, and it will be difficult to find wisdom to move forward. But that's our job. Nothing is guaranteed. Everybody's action would affect the other. And if it's authentic, be truthful and sincere in what we do, we have more chance and we feel happy. And if you have such a notion as your purpose in life, purposeful action that may integrate all these ideas. And if the passion is so strong and authentic, you get more ideas put together to make life better for the future.